Alright, we're going to be moving this gate here. We're going to be moving from this part of the fence over to another part of the fence. So first off, we've got to measure the distance between the two posts so as we know how much of the fence we're going to take out. This is where we're going to be moving the gate to. To move it in here, I'm going to have to move these bushes because they're in the way. I want about 305 to 302. I'm going to have to move the plants. Now we're going to move this bougainvillea from here to just over where the dog is over there. Now, to do this job, we could use said shovel, but real men like us, we don't use shovels. We use power tools. Like this puppy right here. Yeah, that's how we dig our garden holes. All the root system intact, ready to be moved. First off, I'm going to dismantle the panel on the fence. Here I am undoing the bolts that hold the fence panel in place. Once I get the bolts off, I'll be able to get the panel off. There are little lugs that go up inside of the panel, inside the steel, but you've got to undo the bolts to get them, and then you can slide it. When you're working with these fences, you will find most of these nuts heads are old and rusty and they will snap off. We'll just replace them later. Sometimes the hex nuts, when they snap off, get stuck inside your drill bit. When that happens, a little gentle persuasion can help. It can be tricky to get out sometimes. This fence should not be doing this. The reason it's doing this is because the post that's on the end there has rusted through and will have to be replaced at a later date. DIY projects like this quite often reveal hidden things like rusted through posts that would normally remain unseen until too late. I've just gone for my grinder because that post over there is rusted, so I thought I'd get my grinder and found this. It's a Greek tragedy. I'm going to have to get another blade. So into the shed I go.
bit old school, but it'll do the job, I hope.
This took a while with a hacksaw, but it's all I had with my grinder down.
Now the fun bit. Marked it earlier, so I know where to cut. It's just going to take all day. I better find something else. Come on, Charlie. Now things are starting to come along.
While searching for heavier artillery, I was able to find the key to my grinder, which had been lost. So now I was able to change the blade and get back on track. I went and got another battery. Now we're back in action. Oh yeah.
Next we've got to unbolt the gates.
I had to use the grinder to cut some of the more rusted bolts off. The nuts were just too rusted on and would not let go. So the answer was new bolts.
The big guns. Hammer. The gentle persuader. Prep here, measure twice, cut once. That's not good.
I'm measuring here to see where on the post I'm going to put the gate to make sure that it operates correctly.
Okay.
Before I can put the gate on the post, I need to remove the little inserts that go inside the fence that the fence screws onto. get them out of the way, and then the gate can go directly onto the post. Here I am testing the hangers of the gate to make sure they're sitting in the right position.
Now I've got this steel hole cutting kit for the bolt holes, so I'm going to give that a go and see if that makes the job any easier. First time for everything. Alright, going to try this hole saw, see how that goes. And now for the other side. Just marked my holes by putting that to the side, having it hang off this top one because it will be able to mark my hole marks. Now I'll go ahead and drill those two holes and this gate will be practically on. Drill the hole on the other side here to match that first hole that I've just done, but these two fence posts are in my way, so I'm just going to move the bottom so I can get my drill in. Of course the risk is doing this, you risk snapping the old rusty screw, but if it snaps, just replace it with a better one. That's got it. Now I can get in there with my drill. Better still take them right off, make it easy. That's got it. Now I'm good. To it.
And now here I'm actually hanging the gates on the pins that I've just bolted onto the post.
Well, that's side one. Now I'm going to take off side two, put it over there.
The bolts on this side of the gate came off a whole lot easier, so now I have the gate off and ready for relocation. At about this point I noticed a problem with the gates. Because they were taken off and they were mounted on a place where there was a hill, they've been cut and made to go up that hill. So now they're in a straight place. The frame is noticeable that it goes up a hill. But that's alright, I'll just remove the pickets later and make it look more presentable, being as I'm on a budget more. At about this time, I felt that Charlie Dog sitting there was looking at everything going, "What?" Now it's time to cut the last piece of the fence off so as the gate can mount up against the post. First I'll relocate the post to where it's going to go, and then I'll bolt the gate to that, because as you know the gates only have a certain size where they'll fit, which I measured earlier. Right, we've moved our gate, which we're still building from there, taken the fence, and we're going to fill the hole with the fence. We've still got a little piece to go. Should be this little piece here. This little piece. To fit these pieces onto the existing place where the gate used to be, I had to remove the little lugs that go inside of the actual box iron fence, which you screw to, and move them and reattach them to the posts over here where the gate used to be. But I do have a little bit of a problem now, because I have a post that was in the middle of that. I've now got to figure a way to block the hole where the post would have been. Right, I've taken this post here that was over here in the middle, and I've put it on here. And this is where I'm going to fix my gate. Right, so we put these things on for the fence, and we're going to bolt that fence there. They slide into the end sockets onto here. So just got to do the next one now. Right, now I've put a pencil mark. Where is it? Right there, that's where I'm going to put the other mark. That's where I'm going to put the other thing. I've marked that around the fence, and then I'll put its holder there. Right, I've put one bolt on. I'll try it for size, and if it's right, then I'll put the second bolt in. Otherwise I'll have to move it. Right, as you can see, I've joined the two bits of fences to the fence post, but I've got a problem here. There's a gap. So I'm going to use this piece of strap it together, and then I'm going to take a picket from over here, and I'm going to put it on the outside to dress it up. See how it looks. So this is the finished product for the fence side of it. That looks pretty good, I think. Works. So there we are, complete. Fence is back up. And have a look. So we've put the fence back, and the gates are up. Now the reason they're on that angle is because they were made to go uphill over here, but it's straight over here, so I've had to re-angle the gates. They work fine, they're just a little off angle, but if I want to fix that I'd have to go and buy new gates. I'm not going to do that. So for the job I want them to do, it looks good on the outside, looks good here, and I can get my caravan in here now. That's all I wanted. Alright, we'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now. Look after each other.